about to reach 3 decades without having dated in my life.
I'm 31. I've never had a boyfriend. I still live at home with my parents.
Okay, so I am 25 and I've never been in a relationship.
I've never had a boyfriend. I am 26 years old.
I'm 27. I've never been in a romantic relationship before.
25, never been in a relationship before, but
no, because you need to understand how much I want a boyfriend. I've never been in a relationship before, and
this girl at work said something to me the other day, and I can't get it out of my head.
Hey ladies, quick question. Why do you want to be in a relationship? What's the real reason?
We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, whenever someone likes us, we're gonna get the ick because we can't imagine someone actually liking us. Don't you have other options? Gross.
Okay, so I am 25 and I've never been in a relationship. Usually when I tell people that, they're like, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. I think, no. The truth is, okay, I've been on dates and stuff like that, but every time it's time to progress, I would always get this nudge in my heart telling me, this ain't it. This ain't it, sis. This ain't it. Stop ahead, stop ahead. And I quickly found out that that nudge is God telling me what's up. I feel like we've all experienced that nudge in dating, of that feeling of but most of us just ignore it. And then when I was younger, I would always get frustrated with God, God, why won't you let me just do what I'm trying to do? But now that I'm older, I realize how God was protecting me the whole time and preserving me the whole time. He's so good. I know we've all prayed that dangerous prayer of Lord, if this is not the person that you have for me, please remove them out of my life. And then 1 second later, they're gone. I swear that's the fastest prayer. But I would oftentimes pray that prayer and then poof, they be gone, okay? They be gone. All I know is that God protects us, and it's up to us to listen to him. Now, we can go through with a lot of the situations that we want to go through with, but then most of those always end up in heartbreak. So I don't know, I just think it's important to just listen to God when you're on this journey. So if you feel like you're a late bloomer when it comes to the whole dating situation, listen, don't worry. This is God's way of preserving you and protecting you. And in the right time, baby, it's gonna all come together. So be encouraged. God got you.
I'm 31. I've never had a boyfriend. I still live at home with my parents, and I used to be so embarrassed, so ashamed, and just totally felt like something was completely wrong with me. Why am I one of the only people that struggle with this? But over the year, I have realized that I'm not alone. And what I've done to make myself feel better about this is I've changed my mindset around being single, around not having a boyfriend yet, around still living at home with my parents at the age of 31. And instead of feeling sorry for myself and pitying myself, which is what I've done a lot in the past, I instead have changed my mindset to be things will happen when they're meant to happen. And I have not met my right person yet because I'm not ready for him. And I have not met my partner yet because I have been working on myself to get to a position where they have also been working on themselves. So if you're also single, if you've never been in a relationship, if you're still living with your parents and you're figuring your life out, or maybe you're happy doing that, don't feel like you're behind in life, because you absolutely aren't. We're all on our own timelines, and I just want you to know that it's okay to feel sad and to feel lonely and to feel like you're behind, but I just want to remind you that you're absolutely not alone, okay?
I've never had a boyfriend. I'm 26 years old, and we are going to talk about that. I used to get so worked up about the fact that I've never had a boyfriend. That used to be something that kept me up at night. I used to think I was the weirdest person alive for never having been in a serious relationship or ever having labeled someone as my boyfriend. After some serious reflection and therapy, I learned that there is nothing wrong with me. And there's absolutely nothing to be ashamed of if you've never been in a technical relationship. I have had many situationships and even just situations that have taught me so much about dating, guys, myself. I don't think it's important how many boyfriends or girlfriends or relationships someone has been in. I always used to be so scared because I'm oh my God, people are gonna think that I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm doing. And whatever, and they're just not going to want to be with me because I've never been in a relationship, and they're probably going to be like, oh my God, like such a red flag, like no one wants to be in a relationship with her. That's my like inner like negativity speaking, and I think that's my insecurity speaking. I used to be like, oh my God, I think that about myself, so everybody must think that. And yeah, maybe some people do think that. Maybe some people do think it's weird that I've never been in a relationship. Maybe they consider it a red flag, but I personally don't. At this point in my life, I am really proud of myself for how I've handled boys and dating throughout my life. Because in high school growing up, yeah, I'll be the first to admit it's not like boys were knocking down my door. There weren't many guys that were interested in me. Okay, I'll be honest there. But at the same time, I was very focused on myself, school, my friends, and swimming. That was my sport that I did seriously. Those were my priorities. Boys were never a priority to me. I didn't want to focus on that because I had other things I wanted to focus on. So with that, I was able to really develop my strong female friendships, and I carried that with me, kind of the same mindset in college. Like, yeah, I had hookups in college, whatever, but I never dated anybody in college because it just wasn't a priority to me. And even for like 2 years post-grad, it was not a priority to me. And in the past 2 years, I've kind of made it a little bit more of a thing, and I've learned a lot, and I've had my bouts of being into it, being not into it, whatever. But every day goes by and I'm like prouder, and not prouder, but I'm less embarrassed of the fact that I've never had a boyfriend. Like, it is what it is. It's my life story, and I think it kind of makes me unique in a way, and it's all a part of shaping who I am, honestly, because this is a part of who I am, and it's really forced me to work on my self-esteem and self-confidence from within because I've never gotten it from a boyfriend. So it did make things a little trickier in my, low self-confidence days, but now it's just another fact about me. So if you've never had a boyfriend, do not think negatively about yourself, because just know that it is just one little piece of your story and no one actually cares, and if they do, they can fuck off.
So I'm about to reach 3 decades without having dated in my life. That is almost 30 years without having dated anyone in my life. No husband, no boyfriend, no kids, just nothing. So I just wanna ask, is this normal? Because it seems odd talking about it, because at first it was just like me cruising and having fun and everything, but now I can see that it's getting serious. The oddness is getting serious. So is this normal, or am I normal, or what's happening? Thank you.
Okay, so here's the deal. I'm 27. I've never been in a romantic relationship before. I have not even held hands with someone romantically before. But when you've been single for your entire life, you start learning how to live with the ache of loneliness as like a constant 24/7 companion. I love who I am. I love what I'm creating, and I feel very fulfilled and steady within myself. But there is still an ache somewhere in the void of my heart, and I'm pretty sure that it will never go away. And I don't think that this ache is a weakness. I don't think it's an indicator that there is something within me that needs more healing, or that I'm doing something wrong. I think it's actually a very healthy indicator that I am human and that it hurts to be lonely. And I'm learning how to hold my ache side by side with my joy. It's been very beautiful to witness the agony of my loneliness being coupled with the extreme gratitude and happiness I have to be alive as myself in this world, living this bizarre human experience. And it's not always easy. Sometimes it feels really, really hard, really painful, feels very much in my face. But I'm learning how to flow with it. Like, when it wants more attention, I give it more attention. When it just wants to couple along with me as I go about my day-to-day things, I allow it to be there. It is more like a friend than a foe to me at this point. And if I do eventually find someone that I think, hey, I'd like to do life with you, I think that my ability to hold space and compassion for such deep emotions is something really amazing and cool that I specifically bring to the table of our relationship. For you who is holding that ache of loneliness, I see you and I validate how heartbreaking and devastating it can feel on a daily basis. And I love you.
25, never been in a relationship before, but you will not catch me on a dating app. Sometimes I download it and then I immediately delete it because it's just not for me. Like, I want to meet cute so bad. Like, in my cute little romance books, like, I want a cute little meet cute, and I won't settle for anything less than like an enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, one bed trope, celebrity, movie star romance. I'm actually just kidding about the enemies to lovers, because I would actually cry. Actually, I wouldn't. I would just like, you're out. don't be mean to me. Like, what do you mean you don't like me? Like, what do you mean? So yeah, hoping for a cutie little, like, friends to lovers, like a cute meet cute rom-com type of romance, and I won't settle for less. I just will not. I simply refuse. Just a little reminder that you're never behind, you're always on your own time, and to never settle for less than what you know that you deserve. Love you. Bye.
No, because you need to understand how much I want a boyfriend. I've never been in a relationship before, and I just feel like my confidence has not been the best because of that. I don't really know if it's because of that, but not feeling love, like in a romantic way, really sucks. You know, it really does. And like growing up, when I was in Colombia, I was always like the side friend, the one that will make everyone laugh. And like the one you will go to for advices and like, I don't know, like telling the stories or like sad things and like the shoulder, you know, for others to cry and like, I don't know, say everything that they want to say. I was always the friend listening, but never the one on the other end. And it just really sucks not to have that in my life. I'm working a lot with my therapist right now with all of this, but how do you go about finding a boyfriend when your confidence is not really the best, and whenever someone compliments you, you just feel like they're lying to you? Because that's what happens to me like every single time. I feel like they're making fun of me or I don't know. It really sucks.
Hey ladies, quick question. Why do you want to be in a relationship? Like, what's the real reason? Are you trying to be in love, or are you just trying to get with somebody? You know what I mean? I want you to really think about it. Take a second and think about it. It's easy to think that you want a relationship for the right reasons. You want genuine companionship. You want someone to share love with. You want someone to share the load. Valid reasons. But if you dig a little deeper, sometimes you'll find out that the real reason you want a relationship is just because you need someone to validate you for you. Does that make sense? I'll use myself as an example because I don't want nobody to even be embarrassed. So like a year ago when I started this healing journey, which has been an absolute roller coaster, I started asking myself, why is it that you really want to be in a relationship so bad? And why does it feel so crushing when I'm not in one? So after digging a little bit deeper, I realized that to me, in my head, a relationship would be like a sticker that I can put on my shirt, I can wear on the outside to let other people know that I am worth something on the inside, something to validate me, something that tells other people, oh, she's cool, she's likable, she's a good person, she's the prize, she's the catch. And the reason that I needed that external validation was because I didn't give it to myself. And I think that that's the mistake that a lot of women make. You're out here dating because you think you really just want to be with somebody for them, to love them and to share your life with. But in reality, you're looking for someone to make you feel good about yourself because you don't feel good about yourself. When you're moving from a place of self-love and knowing your worth, then you're going to be able to very easily recognize when other people are showing you love or when other people know your worth. And then you can reciprocate that back to them. But if you're moving from a place of, I need someone to make me feel good about myself because I don't really feel good about myself, then you're only going to be making decisions that validate your ego. You're going to be making very short-sighted decisions, and you're not going to be able to tell when other people have very true, genuine intentions for you. You're not going to be able to know. You also might be like me and find yourself never satisfied with anybody because there's no amount of external validation, no amount of attention from a man, no amount of phone calls or flowers or fancy dates is going to make you feel good about yourself if you don't feel good about yourself. So you're going to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, but nothing is going to work for you. But like I said, if you're coming from a place of love, of validating yourself and knowing your worth on your own, then you can easily identify when other people know your worth and you can make smarter decisions and you're not moving out of such a desperate place. Does that make sense? I hope so. So yeah, before you re-download Hinge, before you open all those DM requests, just take a moment and think about it. Am I doing this because I need validation, or am I doing this because I actually want to be in love?
We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, whenever someone likes us, we're going to get the ick because we can't imagine someone actually liking us. Don't you have other options? Gross. We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, we've had 37 situationships. And no, we're never going to stop talking about them. ever. We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, whenever someone asks us when our last relationship was, we're having an internal panic attack. We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, we still have Snapchat because it's the only way we can get a man to communicate with us. We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, whenever you announce your engagement and we see photos of your wedding and we see a pregnancy announcement, we're wondering, is that ever gonna be us? Is it? We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Yeah, our families have they've stopped asking. We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, Hinge is the app designed to be deleted because why do you keep suggesting that I'm most compatible with a man who, like, I hope I'm not compatible with? We're girls who have never had boyfriends. Of course, we're gonna question ourselves every day if our standards are just a little bit too high. Then we're like, wait a minute, our standards are likes me back and has a job and like can make me laugh. So we're girls who've never had boyfriends. Can you tell us how to get a boyfriend if you've had one? Can you like drop any tips and tricks? Thank you. All right, love you guys, bye.
This girl at work said something to me the other day and I like can't get it out of my head. Heard a baby around her. I was like, oh God, that's free birth control for me. And she's like, oh, that makes me think of my little baby. And I was like, yeah, I'm too selfish. I don't want kids. Like, I have a dog. That's enough for me. A couple days later, she's like, so you don't want kids, but you have a dog. Do you have like a boyfriend or anything? And I was like, no, I've never had a boyfriend. She was like, how old are you? And I said, 27. She's like, and you've never had a boyfriend? And I like never really cared. But there's something about her like saying that really hit me this time because like I've never been on even like 2 dates with the same person. Like even guys I've talked to or like hooked up with, they'll slowly stop talking to me and then I find out they have a girlfriend or they get into a new relationship like a week later. And like when I was younger and I didn't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, I'd be like, it's because I'm fat. I used to weigh like 320 pounds. I lost 160 pounds. It's not like I'm being hit up every day, every week, even every month with like people in my DMs or like messaging me on Snapchat trying to get with me. It's like no one hits me up. It's not even like I'm being selective with who I'm picking and like turning people away. It's just like people aren't coming up to me and I don't understand. Not like I have an issue with people like wanting to hook up with me, but if it tries to go a step further, they're like, absolutely not, no. I don't want to just like hook up with random people that I don't know, so I'll tell people that I don't want to hook up with them until I know them, and then they're like, well, you're a prude. I'm like, I literally can't win. Why it's like hitting me so hard this time is the fact that she had the audacity to ask by choice, and I just sit there and I'm like, no, it's not by choice. When I was younger, I was like, oh, it's because I'm fat. Oh, it's because I'm fat. Once I lose weight, I'll have no problem. And now that I'm like not fat, I'm just like, what is it? What is the reason? So now I'm gonna finish my energy drink and hit the gym until I can't feel my emotions anymore. Maybe that's the reason.
Hi friend, join the conversation down below in the comment section and let me know, are you part of this group that has never had a relationship before ever since you were born? Okay, let's know, let's find out what is your story. And while you're at that, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment on this video. Till next time, God bless.